Fidji, I'll start with you. Why did you want to do this, and how does it fit into the broader strategy?
We have heard from Instacart customers that they come to the Instacart app to order groceries for the week, but sometimes they also want dinner for the night. And so we wanted to enter restaurant delivery without distracting ourselves from our number one priority, which is grocery. And so we looked for a partner that would allow us to, from day one, have hundreds of thousands of restaurants available to Instacart customers on the Instacart app. And we're very excited to be doing this partnership with Uber Eats.
Dara, Instacart is a competitor, given that Uber is pushing into grocery and, of course, retail. Why cross enemy lines?
Well, certainly Instacart is a very strong competitor as it relates to grocery. But for us, it was an opportunity to expand essentially the Uber Eats business, especially into the suburban markets where Instacart is particularly strong, families, et cetera. You know, Uber has historically had a real strength in the cities, the younger, affluent customers who are in the cities. That's where rideshare originally came from. And as we've expanded into Uber Eats is much stronger in city centers than, let's say, suburbs. And we thought that the opportunity to put our brand and our service in front of the incredible Instacart customer base in a way that is a terrific experience will be good for business, but also really good for our restaurant partners. You know, what Uber Eats is all about is bringing more business to our restaurant partners, bringing more opportunities to earn for our couriers. And we're certainly hoping that those Instacart customers are big tippers.
Fidji, investors seem to like Uber's push into grocery. Why give them a foot in the door?
Well, I think there are a lot of companies that compete in one area and collaborate in another. And this is a good example where on the restaurant front, we found a lot of alignment, and we think that this is going to be highly beneficial for Instacart customers. Now we have the leading selection in grocery, 1,500 retailers, 85,000 stores in grocery, combined with hundreds of thousands of restaurants thanks to this partnership. And we're also making our Instacart Plus membership more valuable. So we think this is a win-win all around. And when we see these kinds of win-wins, we jump on them.
So tell us a little bit about the logistics here, how exactly this is all going to work. Will customers be redirected to Uber, Dara? What part of the order is Uber handling? How are you splitting revenue and fees?
Yeah, I can get started, and Fidji can continue. So the experience is an Instacart experience. And the way I put it, Emily, is if you go to the Uber Rides app right now, you'll see kind of the original Rides experience that you have, but there's also an Eats experience that is essentially looks like it's built into the Uber Rides app, where you can have the Eats experience inside of Rides. We've taken that technology that we perfected as part of the platform that we're building in Uber, and we're extending it in partnership with Instacart. So the branding is going to be joint branding, but it's the look and the feel, and the experience is going to feel a lot like Instacart. So I think the Instacart user is going to sit within Instacart, and I think the experience is going to be an experience that's quite consistent with what those users are accustomed to. I don't know, Fidji, if you want to add to that.
Yeah, so there's no redirect. You really stay inside the Instacart app. You're ordering directly from Instacart as part of this restaurant tab powered by Uber Eats. And then the delivery is done by Uber couriers. They obviously have enormous experience in doing restaurant delivery. So once the order is placed, Uber handles the rest. But everything up to that is entirely inside the Instacart app.
So, Fidji, can you give us a little more information about how the fees will actually be split between Uber and Instacart and the gig workers?
So we're not sharing the detailed financials of the deal. but what I can tell you is that it's a typical affiliate fee model where Uber gives us an affiliate fee whenever we pass on an order to them. And the thing that's exciting about this is that, it allows us to enter restaurant delivery overnight with a large selection and good economics. And so that's why we've been, very excited about this deal. And we think, on the Uber side, it's also going to be a win. So we're excited about that.
Now, Dara, some analysts have suggested that Uber just buy Instacart. Why not look at some M&A here?
Well, that's not on the cards right now. I mean, that's why we've actually partnered here. And we think we can get the best of both worlds. Instacart is a terrific company. I think they've been very consistent in their wanting to be independent. And I think Uber, we have been very clear that our path forward is largely an organic path for us. But this partnership brings, Uber services to a larger audience, and of course brings the Uber Eats experience to Instacart customers as well. So like Fidji said, we think it's a win-win that way.
So Fidji, is M&A something you've considered? Would Instacart ever be for sale?
We're very committed to our independent path, Emily. We think the business is strong. We are serving our customers in the best possible way. And here, it's, again, a big win for our customers. So we're very committed to our independent path as a company.
Speaking about those customers, Fidji, I'm trying to understand better how Instacart's demo would be good for Uber. Can you tell us a little bit more about the growth in paying subscribers, Instacart Plus subscribers, how many there are, how fast that is growing, and what the average basket size is?
So we can't go that deep into that because we're in a quiet period. But I can tell you, as Dara was mentioning, we have millions of customers, millions of families, many of them in the suburbs who are very strong there. And so we think that this audience is actually going to be very incremental to the Uber audience. And for us, we see these customers really wanting to have both grocery delivery and restaurant delivery on the same app. So we see this partnership as a way to attract more customers and also deepen our engagement with all of the customers that we have, including accelerating adoption of Instacart Plus, our membership program, since now all Instacart Plus members will have free delivery on orders above $35 for both grocery delivery and restaurant delivery.
Dara, how confident are you about driver supply in those suburban areas where more of those Instacart customers are at?
We're quite confident of our supply there. We have been investing in the suburbs. It first came with selection, making sure that we've got the right selection of merchant partners there, expanding into national partners like Domino's, who are an incredibly important part of the suburbs. Once we built up our selection there, including local champions, we're going neighborhood by neighborhood. What are the small kind of must-have restaurants there? We're also making sure that our courier footprint is significant there. And there is generally the overlap between driving and delivering food is higher in suburbs than it is in the cities. In the cities, a lot of times delivery may come from bike couriers or couriers on e-bikes or mopeds, et cetera. In the suburbs, it's a lot more drivers. So we're quite confident that the demand is going to be big from the Instacart customer base, which is significant, but that we have the supply in terms of the selection and also the couriers, so that the Instacart customers who choose to use Uber Eats to order dinner have the same great experience that they're accustomed to on Instacart.
We're actually hearing that driver supply is causing some drivers' earnings to dip as supply has come back. Would you say this partnership will help balance the marketplace?
Well, we're always trying to balance the marketplace. The key to growth here is growing supply and demand in concert. And I think the great thing about this partnership is that our merchants can continue to grow their business with Uber Eats. Couriers have more opportunities to deliver. And again, we think it's a very high quality customer that they're going to deliver to. So at this point, we're quite confident in supply and demand growing in a concerted way, so to speak, so that this deal is really great for everybody. And as far as the restaurants go and the couriers go, their experiences are going to change. So they're not going to be able to tell, well, this is an Eats customer or Instacart customer. The way that they are accustomed to working with our marketplace is going to be entirely consistent. It'll just mean more business for everybody.
Now, Fidji, I know this is going to be rolling out in the coming weeks, but in terms of the experience, will the same takeout meal that you order via Instacart and powered by Uber Eats cost exactly what it would cost on the Uber Eats app, or will the pricing fluctuate?
So pricing is the pricing of the Uber Eats app, so we're mirroring that. And then, obviously grocery delivery is completely separate and powered by us.
Dara, DoorDash is the market leader on the restaurant side. Is the two of you teaming up a threat to DoorDash?
Well, I think we are, you could say that we're a threat to DoorDash both independently and teaming up as well. So this is a highly, highly competitive marketplace. There are lots of players in groceries, not just Instacart or DoorDash or us. It's, the Walmarts of the world, Amazon in it. And what happens is when you have trillion-dollar marketplaces, you have a lot of competition. And I do think in this case, the beauty of this partnership is that both Instacart and Uber can continue to grow their business. But most importantly, it's great for the Instacart customer, and it's really great for our merchant partners and our couriers as well.
Both Instacart and Uber, you're both also growing your ad businesses. Fidji, will Instacart do restaurant ads as well? And then will you share that ad revenue?
No, there's no sharing of ad revenue. Uber powers ads inside the restaurant experience that's going to be featured inside Instacart. And then Instacart continues to power ads in the grocery experience and the rest of the Instacart app.
And can you share a little bit more of the backstory about how this deal came about and came up together? Fidji, I'll start with you.
Sure. So as I said, my number one job is to do what's best for my customers. And I thought that allowing them to have the ability to combine groceries for the week, dinner for the night was critical. And therefore, I approached Dara and I told him that I kind of had this idea of potentially bringing Uber Eats restaurants to the platform. And we had a nice dinner in San Francisco with our leadership teams and concluded that that was worth more conversation and exploring. And I would say the deal came together pretty fast. We have teams that have worked incredibly well together. We're very proud of them. And I've been able to, put that together very quickly. So we're really excited to see that rolling out in a matter of weeks and creating value.
And Dara, how about you? When Fidji knocked on your door, how inclined were you to open it?
Well, when Fidji knocks, I definitely open the door. And like you said, we shared a great meal. I tried to convince her to order takeout, but she actually wanted to get together in person. And some of our teams actually used to work together. Some of Fiji's team used to be ex-Uber folks. So the teams really know each other and are quite comfortable with each other. We did think the most important factor here was the customer experience, and we wanted the Instacart customer to have a great experience. We wanted Uber merchants to have great experiences as well. So while Fidji definitely did have the idea and introduced the concept, the really hard work has been done by the technology teams and the product teams. And we do think that the experience is going to be second to none.